Yo, what's going on, guys? JBH here, and welcome back to the Ashes, where today we begin the morning session on day 3. Still got the ball in hand for day 3. We are 2 wickets away from ending this first innings and getting back into bat. 8 for 258 yesterday in that final session. We managed to get Tim Payne out for 108 with an awesome catch by Ali, and then also LBW for Mitchell Stark. So yeah, 72 overs so far. Now there has been a bit of a glitch. I don't know why this keeps happening, but the time of day seems to be wrong. Well, it's right. The time of day is right for the session we're in, but the level of light, I guess, I don't really know how to say it. The shadows over the pitch and where the sun is in the sky doesn't seem to be coalescing with the actual time that it says, so it still looks like it's an evening session even though it's 10 a.m. in the morning. But we're going to continue with it. It's a bit like it screws with your head a bit because it's supposed to be the morning, and yet the conditions make it look like it's an evening session. So we're going to continue on. This is the morning session for day 3, although it does not look like it is. But Australia are chasing 428, and they're on 258. So if we can get them all out before 300, we'll have a 200 well, hopefully a 250 plus lead. So 2 more wickets here. We're gonna jump straight in. We're going to be setting Anderson as the opening bowler, and then Broad.
The right armour is coming into the attack from the south end.
And then Jimmy Anderson will be in with him as per usual. So you can see here, ball's pretty much dead. There's not going to be much swing. But we'll give it our best shot.
Waiting.
God, that did swing a lot more than I was anticipating. Maybe it's just a swinging pitch, which is a bit unusual for the whacker.
Yes.
Oh!
Big appeal.
Thought it missed his
Not
missed his
out,
bat
says
there.
the
A bit too
umpire.
high anyway. Alright, speaking of high, let's bounce this one up, see if we can get a catch or something.
Yes.
Catch! Yo!
Oh, super shot there.
Leaving that offside exposed is a little bit risky, but we're trying to attack Nathan here and get him out.
Waiting.
That was supposed to be a slow ball. I don't know why it was
Goes through to the
140.
wicket keeper. No shot offered.
Oh, how's that? Come on, surely.
That's got to be close.
Oh, I'm reviewing that. Oh, we've got no reviews left, do we? Shit. God, that was so close. As if.
Wait. Yep.
Maybe going a bit high, to be honest. We'll take a quick replay of it. Actually, what am I doing? I can have a look in there. Have a look in the ball tracking afterwards. So that was the third to last ball.
Wait there.
Ball 3. Oh, far off. I think it was ball 4. Yeah, way too high. Wow, that's a full ball and it was too high. Interesting. Around the wicket, I like this. Should have done this earlier.
Yeah.
Oh. Get him out!
I'm through for 1.
Really needed that to be an attempt on stump. I'm gonna stay to that around the wicket. See, force him to really play that offside if he wants to.
Yes.
Oh,
The
catch
batsman
him!
Just
Oh.
couldn't get out of the way. Ouch. 1 run added.
I don't know why that was a bouncer. I selected full.
Waiting.
Right, well, it switched me around to play over the stumps again, so I guess I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. Oh, a big outswinger here, see what this does. See if we can get him edging.
Waiting.
That was not supposed to be there. See if we can get another catch.
Yep.
That may have been a no ball actually, I'm not sure.
One run taken.
Come on, Jimmy.
Wait.
Went way further off stump than what I thought it would be. Oh, surely that's
Appeal
out.
for that
Surely
one.
out. Yeah, knew that one. That was a plumb
This
middle
is a
stump.
big wicket. England really needed that one.
Ryan will be out for just 10. So one more
Not up
wicket.
to
We've
his
got
usual
all the
standard
Aussies
there.
out.
Disappointing innings.
Josh Hazel will come in, the last of the Aussie batsmen. So I'm just going to take, sorry, just take a quick look at the scorecard here.
Lets that go through to the keeper.
Nicely played. 4 runs. Good over. Bowling really well there.
Really want to keep him below 300. I mean, most of our wickets have been LBW so far. If we just pump them through the stumps, that'd be nice. Our legs have been in the way.
Misread that one. Couldn't get the drive
See,
away.
Cummins still 62 for 165. That's his run rate as a individual is
Right
not
there.
as impressive. Oh, that's red. But so I was just looking to see how many overs we've done this game.
Waiting.
It's 2 leg side. Poor bowling. To figure it out. Just don't want to pull it off the. Actually, I might bowl an outswinger bouncer. See what this does. Catch.
Nasty.
Swing and a miss. The batsman misjudging that one.
Yorker at his feet.
Waiting.
They're asking the question.
Appealing for.
Some nice bowling in that one.
See, if only we could pull that sort of throws off during the actual run out like opportunities, that would be nice. Had a couple so far.
No shot offered.
If they... Catch him! Oh, short.
Tries to drive that,
that
but
wasn't
missed
far
times.
off. Oh, here it is. Oh, he's dropped it! No! Oh, no! I don't understand. It was right bang in the middle of this, in the circle. What the hell?
Had it
Oh
away.
my god, we should have had this guy
Just
out.
a lack of concentration. Nicely bowled.
Shit, that was a good
Made an
over,
over.
though. Alright, so this will be the last over for Ward and Anderson, and then we'll bring in Wokes and Overton to try and finish it off.
Wait.
Cummins is all over these. Slow, see if we can get him an edge. Oh, that wasn't
Batsman seemed to
far off.
misjudge that entirely. Great bowling.
Didn't
Nearly
like the look of that
misjudged that,
one.
I just-
No shot offered.
Almost hit the stumps on a bouncer, far out.
Wait there.
Oh, it's a good over so far. Might just york it on his feet here, see if it provides something. I just don't want this to miss. Oh, he slapped that
4 runs there. Super shot.
one. Okay, well done. Well bowled. Well, was well bowled up until this spot. Oh, fuck.
Solid shot. Goes for 4.
I guess it's just all or nothing now. I mean, Hazelwood's going to get
It's a
out at
bit of
some
an
point anyway.
expensive
May as
over.
well try and race away to 100. Right. Big outswinger. Here we go. Should have had them out by now. I can't believe we dropped that catch. It was such a sitter. It was right to him. Didn't have to move, just had to put his hands to it. Don't know why it never went green. Oh,
heel.
Oh,
The batsman
shit,
looked
man.
troubled by that delivery.
How close can we
Bit of
get?
a workout, but safely fielded.
Surely this time for sure. Oh, he's covered that one well. Another Yorker. Let's see if he can deal with it the same way he just dealt with that one. Oh,
Thick edge.
that edged
That was
into his
quite a good
pad.
over there.
Alright, so got Cummins back on strike. Force him to play on the offside. Oh, it's just going to fall short again. Slower bouncer. Worked before.
White there.
No, he deals with that one well. Went from 140 to 109. But change in pace. And at good length, it's going way over the stumps on this pitch. Bounce is quite crazy. See if I bowl a bouncer here, let's see how high we can get it. A fast bouncer.
White there.
Ooh. Bowling in swinger.
White.
See, the good length balls are bowling. That looked more like a bouncer than a good length. He's playing that way on the back foot.
White.
Be a maiden. Awesome stuff. So one more over with Jimmy.
White.
Shot. One more over with Jimmy. See if we can get him out with this leg cutter.
Yep.
Oh, he's done well. Come on, we're just one wicket away.
White.
So we're going to play around 33 more overs. Whether we're into bat or
Oh,
not.
great shot.
Hoping we are sooner rather than later. So I definitely don't want to let Cummins get to 100. But yeah, so then I'll play 30 more overs.
That's gotta hurt.
And then we'll simulate
Misjudged
the
that one.
next 50. For those that haven't been watching my series, I play 50 overs and simulate 50 overs, as just do not have the time to play a full 5-day test match. A lot of cricket.
Plays and misses.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh my god, what's that? It's going to be way wide. I wasn't supposed to change him now. Alright, well it looks like he's having one more. Accidentally pressed X. Oh, surely. Yes! Well, I'm glad we didn't switch Broad out. That was a bit of luck, I suppose. Big outside edge. And Broad will get the final wicket of the first innings. Actually, it wasn't an edge. He played it that way. It was just a huge catch from Ali. That's
The
two
final wicket falls,
massive
and that's the
catches from
end of the
Ali.
innings.
Well, Hazelwood survived. Okay, I don't know why it says it. I just noticed that. Look, top right, it says it's 5 degrees. I don't think it's ever been 5 degrees in Perth. That is really weird, but yeah, alright. Okay, so just to run through, managed to get Warner out for 2. That was a huge first wicket. He only faced 3 balls. The big wicket was Hanscom as a duck, but I think they've actually changed him with Mitchell Marsh. I think it's Mitch Marsh. I think that's his first name, but yeah, they've changed him in real life, so I don't really know how to do that on this game. I don't think you can change the opposite team, but going into the next test I will look into it. Smith, we managed to stop for 17, then the AI computer took over, got Marsh out, but unfortunately Tim Payne raced away to 100. Cummins did really well on 70, and then we raced through the end of the order with Stark and Lyon getting on a respectable 14 and 10 for bowlers, but both LBW by Jimmy Anderson. So actually, yeah, and then Broad took the final wicket with Cummins. So 82 overs is all it took to get the Australian order out. 283 is still an okay score, but after all is said and done, we lead by 145 runs, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the first 23 overs.
This is a small lead to
this
defend,
next
but it's still
innings,
a lead.
And then we'll simulate, and hopefully the computer can give me some sort of lead, big lead, going into day 4. So it'll be Alistair Cook and Mark Stoneman to kick off the English lineup.
Stark, the
As
left-arm
per usual.
fast bowler,
And
is
Stark,
coming on to bowl
also as
from the
per
south
usual,
end.
will be the opening bowler. So here we go. So my goal fundamentally is to try and keep these guys in until the next session. If we can keep them in until the next session, then we have succeeded big time.
Yep.
And we'll get off the mark nicely there.
He gets a
So,
single, and that's
Cook
the first
is
run
on
on the
one.
board.
And here is Mark Stoneman in. Now, I feel, for those that haven't watched my previous video, I talked about it a bit. So sorry if I'm repeating myself, but for those that are just tuning into this one, I'm going to say it straight. I think if there's anyone
Gets him
match
playing
fixing
defensively
this,
there. Good use of the slow ball.
this third test, it's the umpires, because that wicket from Stoneman, that was not enough conclusive evidence to overturn and call him out. I felt like he was really hard done by. So yeah, that's that. But not even that, like some of the calls this year for both teams have been really poor, especially in Adelaide. Like it was really poorly given.
Yeah.
That'll be 4.
A bit of a chase is on
Keep
here.
going. There it is. And Mr. Stoneman is on 4 straight off the bat. So very happy with that. I'm not going to worry too much about the run rate here. Just don't want to play any stupid shots. That one then, I was just hoping to find the gap. I wasn't aiming for a boundary, but it was well played. So
A new
5 off
bowler
the opening
coming
over.
into the attack.
Now facing Josh Hazelwood. Now we got so close to getting this guy out in the first innings. Couldn't quite do it. So it's all about building confidence and getting the timing right. That's what I found in this game. So for those that have or thinking about buying this game or are struggling, I literally spent, well, the second test, I just had
Dives
6
and grabs
wickets
that
go
one.
for 30 runs, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? You know, in the first test it was fine, but it is literally all about timing and the confidence in the batsman. So I spent a good 15-20 minutes in the nets about halfway through the second test, and we literally came back from like 100 and something runs down and won the test.
Yes.
So that's all it takes.
Solid stroke there for 4.
Look at Cook was like huffing and puffing already.
Goes through to the wicket keeper. No shot offered.
Yeah, as much as I love having Cook and his stats on this game, I think it's, well, I hate to say it because coming from an athlete's background and me, well, being a professional athlete for almost 10 years, I know what it feels like when you lose form. I mean, and unfortunately in racing you don't, coming from my sport, which is motorsport and racing, you don't
Didn't like the
often
look of
know
that one. No
whether
shot
it's
offered.
like in a game like cricket and soccer and any other sort of individual ball sport or anything like that, you know when it's you because it's just you're the one that does everything. But in motorsport, you don't know if you start having bad results and lack of pace. You don't know whether it's you or whether it could be the car or the setup or the mechanic. It's so many different things it could be. But a sport like cricket, it is all individual performance to show whether your form is down. So for someone like Alistair Cook right now, coming from a young person following the cricket team would say, the English cricket team would say, you know, he's useless, get rid of him, but it's so hard to do that after the career he's had.
Plays that shot defensively.
Gets him playing
I'm
defensively
sure he'll
there.
turn it around
Good
at some
use of
point,
the
but
slow
every
ball.
time we see him play in Australia, it's almost like you can feel the nerves like transferring to you. It's horrible. He just looks like such a nervous batsman. Like, going back to, so I know the position he's in because I fell out of form once. The problem I had is it took me so long to realise I was doing it. Because I thought we had a string of bad
Great
results
shot,
after I won
superbly
multiple
played.
state national championships here in Australia. Went to Europe, I was 8th in the world championships. Come back to Australia the next year, and the second half of, I think it was 2013, we had so many poor results, and just a lack of overall pace. So I'd end up making so many enemies trying to barge my way through the pack, and it ended up being myself. I just started picking up bad habits without noticing, and it took me converting to a whole different category of karting to realise what I was doing. So could have had a single there, but yeah. So I understand the feeling. I didn't know it at the time, but looking back on it, there's really not much you can do. I mean, he's been playing so long.
Yes, yes.
That'll be 4 straight away.
Driven through the covers for 4. Great shot.
I mean, I couldn't. It's very hard to compare my sport with cricket and what Alistair Cook is going through right now because it's just such a different sport. And in cricket, you're really on a knife edge at all times.
Yes.
Just get the single here.
And through for 1.
Rotate the strike. Yeah, it is quite difficult to first of all tell yourself, you know, you're out of form, you need to fix this. But it's having the state of mind to actually change, like make a change. For me, and the issues I was having, it took me to, I had to tell myself, like literally tell myself, okay, you're doing this wrong, you know. It was a simple
So it's time
hand,
for a change up here.
eye-feet
James is off to
coordination
have a
issue that I was
snack, and
having.
in his
I was
place,
just
it's Mel Jones.
Hey, Slats. Morning, everyone.
making a simple mistake, and I had to tell myself, you know, you're doing this wrong, you need to change what you're doing. And it was a simple motion with my feet I needed to change. It was just footwork. And once I told myself, you know, what, and it's not just telling, you know, it's not just telling yourself like, oh, don't do it. It's telling yourself in the moment, like getting your brain to not do what it's trying to naturally do.
Yes, yes.
That's a good shot right there, all the way.
That goes for 4. Good shot.
So I don't know how Cook will face his dilemma, but coming from a sporting background myself and having a similar issue once upon a time,
Yes.
you just have to, whatever you're doing wrong, you just have to tell yourself this is what you're doing wrong in the moment.
And 2 runs added to the scoreboard.
But as for this Ashes series, I must admit, there's seems to be a lack of intent.
Yeah.
If you're going to play it on offside, it's just going to be all day,
Oh,
mate.
and that's not what it deserved. Poor ball.
There's been, I can see some of the batsmen are trying to make something of it, like, and you can see Bairstow's reaction yesterday to his century. He really,
Keeper
really
had to
wanted
dive,
that.
but takes it safely.
I think Mallon, being a different sort of character, he would have been pretty pleased with it, but I think that was a more of an emotionally happy tears response versus the purely pumped adrenaline
Very
rush
good over
response
for the
of
batsman.
Bairstow when he got
England
his century.
move
But
to none
6
for
for 30 in
28.
the end of the order, which again is the bowlers. There's just been no intent. You know, Joe Root has got the intent to win. I think Bairstow and Mallon and Vince and Stoneman, they've got the intent to win, but the bowlers and the end of the English order just aren't
Another
showing
run added
me
to the
that
score.
they really want to win this. It's almost like they just want to hurry up and get the Ashes back to England so they can play on their own pitches, which is not the way sport works, unfortunately. You can't just always play at your home ground. You've got to venture away and win away from home. But while I've been talking, we are 0 for 29, five overs in. Pretty happy with that. Haven't had any close calls or anything. I'm right on top of the timing. It's a very similar sort of timing to what I faced in Adelaide. And once I got that down, it was pretty good. But I must admit, they've done really well here. It's a completely different. Like it's very hard to make a sort of a different pitch really show up on a video game. But they've done well big ant here, because I can tell you one thing, that although the timing here is very different to Adelaide, the timing here versus what it was at the Gabba and the opening test
Very
is
well
completely
targeted
different.
bowling in that over.
The pitch did not carry at the Gabba at all, so yeah, really you had to time your shots a lot later than what I did here.
The bowler
Gosh,
beats
that
the
one
bat.
fooled me, big in swinger. It's the first sort
That
of
one bounces
big
through to the
mistake we've
keeper.
made so far. It's a slower ball from start. That's probably what got me. And it was the wrong footwork.
Yeah.
Just take the
Good
2
precision with
runs
the
there.
throw back from the deep.
2 runs added.
Let's see, Stoneman on 11. And Cook is on 20. But I can tell this pitch seems to be quickening up. So the timing's staying the same, but the bounce is getting a little bit, seems to be a lot higher. Like, I should really have been playing a couple of these shots on the back foot, but so we'll have to adjust.
Yep.
They'll get 3.
I was aiming for 3 as soon as it left the bat, but that was a bit too close for comfort. Let that one go.
No shot offered.
So for those that are watching and thinking it's getting a bit easy now, you know, 0
The
for
right arm
34,
fast
managed to
bowler
get
is
2
coming into
centuries in
the
the first
attack
innings.
from the north end.
All out, got Australia all out for basically less than 100 run trail now. If I've said to myself before this Ashes even started, if I win by 100 runs, I'm going to up the difficulty, or if I win by more than 5 wickets, I'll up the difficulty, and then vice versa, if I lose by 100, lose by 5 wickets, then I'll lower the difficulty. So after this one, at this rate, I don't want to jinx it because I don't want to screw anything up.
Yep.
That's a good shot. Yeah,
They'll take a single.
I don't want to jinx it, but if it does finish up that way, then I will change the difficulty for the 4th test and go up to, I don't know, we currently have it on Pro, which is like the medium, and I don't know what the next level up is. I think it's Legendary, which will be like a hard difficulty, so we'll see how it goes.
Waiting.
As for the timing difficulty, I'm keeping that all a medium, because that is the hard difficulty. That's just like literally you'd have to be a seriously good cricket gamer for that.
Confident appeal.
That's close.
Didn't get the wicket.
I thought
but
that
will
was
have
going to be a bounce.
unnerved the
I couldn't see
batsman.
where it was
He
bouncing.
needs to keep the pressure up.
I couldn't see where it was bouncing at all. Maybe 4 more.
Plays that straight through the covers. Great shot.
So 0 for 39 now. Moving on to the 8th over. Sorry, 9th over, I should say. So the run rate's a bit high now. I can afford to probably take a
Didn't
little
like
bit
the look of that one.
more
No
time.
shot offered.
But yeah, 151, that thing is moving. Pace. Pace and a lot of it.
He lets that go through to the keeper.
Oh, Walker. You can see they're trying to get an edge because they're
Goes through to the
definitely
wicket
playing it,
keeper. No shot offered.
but not fall for that one. The Yorker I'll take every day of the week because it's probably going to bounce after I've hit it. Swing. You got Pat Cummins back in. finding it difficult to see this ball right now. So I might just move over to the right. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Over the wicket to the left-handed Stoneman. Let that one go.
No shot on offer for that one.
Sent that one.
Good effort. 4 runs.
That's hacking that. Alright, no stopping that one. It's been pretty good so far. Yes, that one to be
Shot.
sent. There's the 50-run partnership, so it's a pretty damn good start. I mean, he was really asking that one to be sent from this leg side. Actually, it wasn't as leg side as what I thought it was going to be, but there's no fielder out there, so now that I've got the timing down and the shot selection right, front foot was obvious.
Very good
Press
over
two,
for the batsman.
two buttons at
England
once there.
move to none for 53.
So none for 53. It's another
Hazelwood,
bloody good
the pace
start.
bowler, coming into the attack.
Now we face Josh Hazelwood again. I think it's Josh.
Swing and a
Fucking
miss.
hell. I lost sight of that
Let's
one.
that
And
go
I'm
through to the
looking at it
keeper.
from like a third person. Far out. Wake up.
Seems to misjudge that one. Ouch.
Plays and misses.
I'm struggling seeing this ball. I don't know why. I haven't had an issue so far this test. That's better. Wake up a bit. Play on the back foot this time around. Right here.
Yep.
1 run
Come
there.
on, dive. If that had been direct hit, we would have been out. I don't know why I didn't dive for it. It's good bowling from Hazelwood. I can't really decide what I want to do. I'm not sure which way he's playing it. Line is straight, but the swing I'm waiting for. Not sure which way it's going to swing when that line's that straight.
Yes,
There we
yes.
go. Yes.
Got that away nicely. 4 runs.
Alrighty. So Cook is racing away on 38. Stoneman's a little bit behind, but this over the wicket is definitely proving a lot more difficult
Wait.
than
Yep.
than it is around the wicket.
Nicely ran there.
there.
They'll get 2. Wide ball.
Oh, 4 buys. Alright, I'll take that. Wide, so that'll be 5 runs. Far out. That's costly.
We're on.
It's a little bit late. A little bit early, sorry. See, look at this. Got. He's got someone down there. I'm not sure who it is. It's probably going to be Marsh. Oh no, he's usually a slip. Who's that on the boundary over there? Stark. Yeah, Stark. Right on the edge of the boundary. Bit late. Just trying to get my feet set.
And that's
That'll
4.
be really expensive over. That'll be 11 off that one. Oh, actually, sorry, yeah, there's still one more ball because it's a wide. Probably could have left that one, to be honest. So we're going to play 10 more overs, and then we're going to simulate the next 50. Hopefully the computer can do us some favours. So that will be 73 overs in total, and I'm hoping to God that we still have a couple of men in that we can get some runs off towards the end of the session, towards the end of the order. But the simulating the 50 overs in the first test, the second test actually helped us out quite a bit. They got us back into that test, but in this test it actually sort of hindered us a bit, in my opinion. We had a strong partnership going with Cook and Stoneman in the first innings, and it sort of screwed it up a bit. So it's always a benefit now and then, but also can hurt you simulating some games in all the forms of sports gaming. I know I can't play every single NHL game and NBA game in the season, so I do have to simulate one every now and then due to the play literally 82 games in a season, which is just like every second night, so I don't have time to play all of them. And some of the games that I simulate in those two series are really, you get some funky results.
Yes.
Oof. It's a really bad shot. I'm lucky I got away with that one.
And a single taken.
Played on the front foot as well. It was really bad.
That ends a tidy
Well, it
over.
looked like on the back foot, but
Yes, yes.
A bit of work for the fielders to do.
so 0 for 74, so I'm pretty happy with the start. We lose the wicket now, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice to go into the 23rd over without losing a wicket. If only, I'd rather have the English play like this in real life than me play like shit on this game. Rather switch it around. It's been a long time since I think I've seen 0 for 74 on the English batting scorecard against Australia. Yeah, play that one.
Didn't like the look of that one. No shot off him.
See, there's 66 overs remaining in this session. I'm not sure how many overs are going to be remaining. 66 overs remaining today. I'm not sure how many overs are going to be left in this session. But if it doesn't make it to the end of the session, I think I'll just simulate the next 50 after this session is over. Just waiting for something on the offside for me to drill all this a bit late. He's bowling it pretty straight so far. He's trying to get me, I guess, to wrap around and square leg it. It's pretty good. Again, pretty good bowling from Hazelwood. Really want it right there. You could just give me something on the offside. Ooh, far out. Tried to play it on the back foot, but that was way too high for Stoneman.
Wait. Yep.
Ooh, might get a single there. Rotate the strike, that'll be alright.
Another run out.
That'll be the end of the 15th over.
And that's the end of another tidy over.
So we've still got run rate of 5, which is ridiculously high for a test match anyway. So he's got 75 runs in just 15 overs. See there by those numbers,
Yep.
Cummins has been the worst off of the Aussie bowlers now. That's 34
glorious shot.
of the 34 of the 79 runs have come from Cummins in just the first 15 overs. So.
Wait on.
So still trying to guess. They've been ending the opening session pretty early on like 28, 26 runs, so 26 overs. So we'll have to see what they ended on here today.
Lets
I
that
think
go
we'll get
through to the
maybe
keeper.
2 to 4 more overs in this session. That'll be the end of the morning session here on day 3.
Wait there. Catch it!
Perfect technique and placement.
I was trying to just loft it over the bowler's head and get it down the ground, but I'll take that instead. Didn't quite get it right, but a short boundary here will help it out a lot.
Goes through to the
So we now
wicket-keeper.
climb to 0
No
for
shot off him.
85, and I just noticed Cook's now on 49 with that 6, so we're only one
Wait.
away from for a half century here for Alistair Cooks. That'll be back-to-back 50s. Don't want to jinx it, and hopefully, actually I don't want to jinx 50 yet. Still got to go get that. We won't get it this over.
That's a bit of an expensive over. The off-spinner is coming into the attack
God.
from the north end.
Couldn't have brought him in the worst time. So now we got Stoneman on strike. Gonna have to get this one right. Line's been my sort of bogus, like
Plays
that,
and misses.
for example, that I haven't been able to get on top of. The one bowler I haven't been able to get on top of consistency is Nathan Lyon in this test.
Oh, yep.
Just get a single here. Big outside edge. Get
And
out
that's
to
the
take
single.
on strike. Sorry, big inside edge.
Plays that defensively. Good ball.
Right back in the crease and not have those stupid glitches of the first test hurt us again. That was ridiculous.
White.
Trying to think where I could hit it so that I don't risk being run out.
Good delivery there. Had the batsman defending. Good delivery there. Had the batsman defending.
The batsmen have been kept relatively quiet here. Another good over comes to an end.
So we get Stoneman back on strike here. Hazel could just give me something leg side. Oh, that's a bit late. Wrong footwork.
Yeah.
Force it on the outside then. Get
And
it.
that's 4.
Yeah, to lean back to get that ball to travel the opposite way.
Wait. Yep. Yep.
Just get a single here.
Nice save
Get Cook
there.
on strike. Let's see if
And
we
they
can
go
get a
through for
50.
one.
Really would like to get Cook on 50 before the end of this session.
White there.
A bit early on the timing. Come on, now let's do it. Let's get one more run. Just one more.
Yes. Yes.
There it is. That'll be the half century.
And that's
Precision.
50. Cook. He's in
Out
good
to the-
form out there.
Right side, and he's in a lot better form on here than what he is in real life, I can tell you that much. Which is, I must say, it's quite the opposite
That's a bit of an expensive over.
to the rest of my series. Usually the real world counterparts to my teams that I play as. In real life, they're doing a lot better in real life than what I am on the game, except for Reading FC. For those that tune into my,
Mistimes that one.
is that gonna be a wide? Yeah, for those that watch my FIFA series, I don't quite know how the heck I'm winning every single game with Reading FC, considering it's on world class as well. I could put it up to legendary, but it doesn't quite have the same realism as
Plays
world
that
class. Things
defensively.
get a bit over
Good
the
ball.
top. If he puts one more on that leg side, it's going to be sent to the boundary.
Yes.
That.
And that's 4.
Yorker, that is a horrible ball. I don't know much about cricket, but I know enough to tell you young lads out there not to bowl that type of ball if you're a spin bowler. It was on stump, but it's not going to bounce as a spin bowler.
Good delivery
You just-
there. Had the batsman defending.
You know, if you're on top of it, you can just walk out half a step, hit it before it gets to the ground, and the boundary it is.
Plays that defensively. Good
Like,
ball.
that length for myself is a lot harder to play against because you don't know which way it's going to go.
Plays that defensively. Good ball.
So that's lunch on day 3 of this match, and a light applause from the crowd as both sides wander back to the pavilion.
So there you have it, guys. That's lunch here on day 3. Another awesome start to our batting. As you can see there, Cook is on 54, Stoneman on 37, and we are 0 for 96 after just 20 overs. So an awesome beginning to this second innings for England. See, there's the overall scorecard. We lead by 241 runs. I am going to simulate the next 50 overs, so hopefully the computer does me another big favour, as it did in the second test, and gets us up to a big lead. Should we survive through to the next, well, in 50 overs time, I'm hoping to get somewhere between 500 to 600. That would be a massive achievement. If we can get to 600, I'll declare, and then we'll see if we can get the Aussies in, as we seem to perform not too bad in that first innings with the ball in hand, but at the same time, I've been a bit inconsistent with my bowling this series, so I don't want the Aussies to force a draw on us when we're in such a good stage right now. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Stay tuned for the evening session, where we'll be playing the last 10 overs in that here on day 3, and then on to day 4 tomorrow. Alright, guys.